Hello everyone, I'm Captain Mick56 and I want to show you a vehicle that I just built. This thing is awesome. So I've tried to make wall climbers in the past. I've been successful at some of them. This was sort of an attempt towards that direction, but it took a little different direction and it was totally awesome. I don't even have words. This is amazing. Well, I guess that was a word actually. Sorry. Duh. Anyway, I call it hop because it tends to hop, and it's really good at it. The mechanics on this thing are nuts, and it took me 3 days of constant, like, beating at it to get it to work, but it's pretty amazing. And this thing is pretty robust as far as, like, when you land hard or when you crash into something, it's fine. The suspension still works. You can see it's very bouncy, and it's very like hoppy. It hops really well. It's so awesome. Uh, I really just enjoy driving it. It's cool, but the neatest thing, let me see here. Let me put out a plastic block. Plastic, let's see. Okay, why do I use plastic? Because I have 200,000 plastic. And I can make a really big box out of plastic without too much effort. And of course, too much effort would be bad. Let's see, how high is this? This is 117 high. And let's make it a bigger target for me to hit, because let's face it, this is not the most precise controlling vehicle I've got. It's a little crazy, but look at that thing jump. Straight up. It must be going up, I don't know, 200 sometimes? Depends how hard you hit it, but I can get up on top of that thing, maybe. You know what would help is having more plastic. So this truck, I'll show you the mechanics on this thing just a little greater detail. But I can't land on it. Okay, I can totally do that. But you know what? It actually would be helpful to have more plastic. So let's do that. I can only go one of this. Okay, let's buy that. There's 50,000 more plastic. And that really pretty much exhausted my plastic right there. Okay, that's awesome though. 50,000 more. Okay, I can work with that. That's a bigger target this direction. That's it. I get a little. Seriously? Wait. Okay, I'm down to 6,000 again. All right, that's a little better. No, that was actually pathetic. I guess I have a lot. So 50,000 doesn't make that much difference visibly. I don't know. That's depressing just a little bit. It's okay. Whatever. So the cool thing is this thing just bounces like crazy. The bad thing is there's no way in the world it would ever survive a river trip. Oh, actually, I've never tried a river trip with this. Alright, I'm just going to go ahead and run down the river. I have no protection blocks in front of it. It has crazy suspension under it. Let's see how it goes. So far, so good. I think something broke. Okay, something definitely broke there. I've got wheels going on top of wheels. Boy. Alright, difficult to control. Yes. Well, that's the vehicle, and okay, now I'm kind of like stuck. So it's not really responding very well. Actually, I think one set of my wheels might be completely upside down. So one is pulling forwards and one's pulling backwards. That's kind of a failure mode that I've ran into before. It's very crazy. All right, I'm going to show you the mechanics here. Let me reset such. All right, I got it reloaded, and I want to show you guys how I did the suspension. So this was okay. I'm not a pro here, honestly. It really turned out well, but that is not the full story. You know what? There's a better way. Instead of deleting all that stuff off of there, where did I put it? There it is. This is the same vehicle before I put the body on it to decorate it. So actually everything here is the same. And you can get a lot better look at it real easy. And that's not the full story either. There's more. Let's see here. Transparency. All. Okay, great. So, good luck figuring out how that works. I don't even know. The one thing I do know is the basic stuff that I tried to do. So this section right here, these these two sets of parallel bars, that set and this set here, they ride on these hinges here that are connected to the body, to the frame. Uh, they are both connected to each other out here on this end through this. Let me get a selection tool so I can show you. So through this one, and there's two of those that reconnect these two bars, this one and this one, and then these two sets, so there's another set, they're connected with this hinge to this piece, and then they are connected together with this piece, which is also tied to this piece. It's the same piece here. It runs all the way down and does the same thing here on the bottom. So they share a common, so there's two sets on top of each other that are the same thing. I built this and I cloned it down, and that allowed the recovery. That allowed the thing to stop getting tangled up. There's got to be other ways. I'm going to keep working on this. In fact, I've got a crazy one I'll show you in a little bit that's part of the way there. This is, of course, you know what that is if you've ever seen my videos before. I love having the large counterweight underneath it. And in this case, if this thing swings from right to left, it twists the core of the vehicle, because that's where the counterweight's connected, and then it pries on these things, which causes like this wheel to go down and this one to go up because this is twisting in that direction. It keeps the wheels on the ground, and the counterweight having all this momentum because it weighs so much as you're going forward, when you run into something, it naturally flips the vehicle into an upright, driving up the wall sort of position. Um, and it positions you perfectly for jumping. And if I check this out, you can see that my wheel torque is all the way up to green, and wheel speed's at 30. It's not terribly important that it be so high or so low. You can drive with it slower speeds and it looks awesome too. If you can get away with it, of course, faster is better. The jet, always have a jet, always have a backup if you can. The magnets with the blocks here, they don't work very well. This thing's not a wall climber. I started out that way. That's what it's supposed to be. I've tried gold, I've tried foil, I've tried wood, I've tried both types of wood. The toy blocks, none of them do the trick to turn this thing into a good wall climber. It's just not. I don't know if I'll ever be able to get it that way. I don't know. Oh, so in this case, I want to tell you this before I forget and switch vehicles again. These servos here, they act to limit the amount of twisting force. So they will go into a bind as these two bars here, as these two compress. They go down, this one goes up, there's a twisting force involved, and these things will start to pry right or left, and this will get all twisted up. I mean, well, it's not supposed to get all twisted up, but it'll lean, and there's a whole bunch of different motions that happen within those things. Without those on there, these bars, these will collapse and they'll twist around themselves. Oh, another very important thing. Sorry, I'm getting so jumpy here, but I'm really trying to wrap some of this stuff up. Collision. So the wheel, so I've got everything selected. The four wheels, the platform you're sitting on, and your chair. And you could go down as far as just the chair. Those are the only things that need collision on. You can see that collision right now is off. Everything's already collision off that I had there. So collision on, collision off. So I just collisioned off everything that you see. Everything's selected now. I can drive right through. You know what that means? This area right through here, if there's a tree and you're driving up to a tree, it'll go right through that area right there, right between your wheel and your body of your car, your main chassis. You can drive right through stuff like that. It'll go right around here as long as your wheel can fit through and everything else can fit through different slots there. You can just drive right on through. It's pretty neat. keeps you from getting tangled up. It lets you out of a lot of situations. This thing, it can get a little tangled, but mostly it's very robust. This one, okay, I got to show you the bigger one. This one is the size up of that one. Essentially the same. I started with the same base, but I just started making everything bigger. Obviously, the tires are a bit larger. So now I've done custom tires instead of the other ones. Oh, you can see right here, you can see the old wheel. So I've got a bunch of old wheels inside these wheels that help it to work. Yeah, so that's the same suspension, and it's got everything just sized bigger. There's more gap between these two sets. Of course, the inner set is tied. Let me get down here. The inner set of this suspension system is tied solid to these bars, which are tied solid to your platform that your chair is sitting on. There's a jet. Well, I don't know why I'm doing this. Transparency, everything. There we go. Titanium, obviously counterweight. These blocks, these are counterweights as well. These right here. But I haven't got them working yet. They don't really provide much of an advantage. I kind of think they might, but I'm on the fence about this stuff. My methods of getting this stuff to work is just trial and error. You try something, doesn't work, you change something, you see if it made it better or worse, and maybe you change it back and try something different. You just keep doing that, and it's an iterative process. And that's a lot of science. It's just sort of an iterative thing. This is no different. So there's probably some math involved, and you could probably calculate some of the stuff, the distances, the lengths, and everything. This mechanism might even have a name. You might be able to look it up and find some pointers to really do it right. I haven't. I don't care. Part of the fun for me is actually figuring it out on my own. So anyway, that's it for the video. You guys have a great rest of your day. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll give you a little preview here of seeing it drive over something. There you go. You can see that the suspension is active, and it's doing its job. It's keeping the wheels on the ground. They have enough torque. The main wheels, you can set their torque high, their speed low. I think they're set to 5 speed right now, but because they're so big, of course, it still moves pretty good. Yeah, you guys, hope you enjoyed that. Hope you get something out of it. I hope to see some amazing suspension vehicles on the game. So have a great rest of your day. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.